Hey, hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you're watching this video, it's for a couple of reasons, but more than likely you're probably one of my students, so welcome to my class. Parents, students, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'd like to just take a few minutes to introduce myself. My name is Dave Thibodeau, and I will be your teacher for the semester. You either have me for an online virtual course or you're an actual student in my class physically. I'm hoping, no matter which one, I'm hoping you're prepared, you're ready to go. But if not, that's the purpose of this video. One, just to introduce myself. Two, so you and I can kind of get to know each other a little bit. And then also wanted to help you learn how to navigate my website so that you can feel as comfortable as possible, get all the information that you need, and be prepared for my class. So here in a moment, I'll pan out of this, and I'll kind of navigate around the website for you and kind of show you how I've got things organized. And then we'll go from there. Now, sometimes up at the top, when you look at it, you'll see it might look different depending on when you're watching this video versus when you're enrolled in my class. And that's because I teach a variety of courses: chemistry courses, physics, forensic science, things of that nature. And I used to teach biology in years past, AP biology down to regular level biology. So I've have lots of experience with a lot of different topics in science. So rest assured, if you're in my class, I'll be able to make those connections. And I'm always looking for new stuff to do. So we'll talk about that in class. But at any time, if you ever have an idea for something or a particular type of lesson you'd like me to discuss more, go more in depth, or a particular topic that's that's within the scope of the chemistry or biology or physics or forensic science that we're talking about, whatever the case might be, just send me a message. Shoot me an email, leave a comment down on my channel, and I'll be on one of the videos, and I'll be more than happy to do that for you. I'm always looking for some ideas on that. So no further ado, let's take a look real quick at how to use the website, which is my classroom, my virtual classroom. Let's take a look. So here we are. We're on my website. And the way to get to this is open your favorite browser, and then here in here, whatever, just do a search for the school, and then once you're at the school website, you would then choose the staff and faculty. You would find my name under science, and it would bring you to here. All right, so you can see here I have this set up. Across the top, I have always the home button will get you to here and to this page right here. This is the home page. And from here, you can read more about me, always look at my schedule, and then just some various things that interest me, what I'm reading, the things I like to read, my professional, some aspects of my professional life. That's what this is. And then, of course, any course that I'm teaching is across the top. Now, I do teach other courses than the ones that you see here. And at the time of the making of this video, there is nothing for forensic science. Currently, it shows it's under construction. And that's because right now I am in the middle of writing the curriculum for this. And it will be active in the 2022-23 school year. So if you're watching this video at that time or later, then of course this is up and running. But this video from here on out, everything I'm getting ready to talk about is going to be useful at any time. So let's just go back to the home page, and then of course we've already talked about everything here. And stay informed. This is just a quick little repository where I've got some news article sites dealing with science for students to read that I think are interesting. This right here, this Science News for Students, this is a good sort of one-stop shop to get started to get some information on a variety of things. And then I've curated a few things that I find that are interesting, biology, chemistry, physics type stuff that's here. And I'll change this from time to time as well. All right, let's go back to the home page. And then I'm going to jump over here to where it says Laboratory Safety and Procedures. If we click on this, and then it says right here that you need access, but once you are signed in, either with your student credentials, or if you're signed in with the credentials you have, if you're not my student, then you would have been in contact with me through my channel, and I would have provided you access in that particular way, in some way, shape, or form. And you can see here you have to make it 80% or higher. There is a lab video that you watch, and there's a lab quiz that you have to take, and that's for all of my students. That is a district policy and a classroom policy as well. All right, and then of course, depending on which class you are taking, you're enrolled with any of my science courses. You take the quiz that's associated with whatever block you are enrolled in one of my classes. So if you're in my second block chemistry class, you would have to pass this quiz right here. You don't take the first, third, or fourth, and also if you're a fourth block, you would take the fourth block quiz. You don't take the third, second, or first. Watch the videos, take your time, to open notebook. There's no reason that you should not be able to pass it the first time. But if you don't pass it, you just don't go take one of the other ones. I will not accept that. It'll be deleted. You will have to pass the one that is for your particular block without exceptions. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Above and beyond. Here's where you can do some stuff above and beyond. Just literally means that you do more than what is being asked of you in class. And so the instructions are here, you read it, and again, this stuff is optional. You don't have to do it, but if you do choose to do it, you can, it'll help support whatever it is we're talking about in class, and you have an opportunity to earn some points into the minor category of the grading system. So it is useful in that way. But again, all this information here, it tells you what to do. These are the instructions. You follow these instructions and you will be just fine. This is only for students who are enrolled in classes that are a part of the school district that I'm with. This is not for anyone else. So just a heads up on that. And please read these disclaimers very carefully. I do follow these. I'm following the district policies on this, so you do need to adhere to those. Right? But here's one option for getting some additional points that you can earn other than what we're doing in class. And from time to time, I'll also be adding to this, so you may want to check back, or I'll inform you that, hey, there's an update to this. You can come here and check. So let's just go with the chemistry class. So I'm going to click on chemistry, and you can see here it just sort of gives you an idea of the topics that we'll be covering. And then there's always a course calendar. And the course calendar will always let you know what is going on. So you can see here towards the end, recently, this was some stuff that was done at the end of the semester. And we are going to be starting a new semester. You can see this is right here, or in the future, for future years, it's the same concept. Whatever day we start, you'll always see, hey, welcome to class, and there'll always be some information in here talking about that, or to some degree or whatever. Okay, and then this lets you know. See, there's contracts are due, and then lab safety quiz is due on this day. And so for a lot of assignments, I'll have extra stuff maybe written in here, so you can see right here how I have some just stuff in the description. So oftentimes in a bunch of these, I'll put that as well. Not always, but sometimes I will. Most of the information you will need for that will be found right here where it says plans and learning targets. This document is going to basically be your entire curriculum. It is on one page, on one document, you have the entire semester's plans that we are going to be working with. You can scroll through this right here on this page, and whether or not you're on your smartphone or on a computer or a tablet, this works seamlessly. It is wonderful. You do have to be logged in with your student credentials or through the credential access that I've given you if you are not my student. But what I do advise you to do, though, however, is click this little box right here where it says, and then you'll see it says open the document. And when you do, what it's gonna do is open up the entire document for you to see. And oftentimes when you first open it, it might look like this. And so up here you see it says show document outline. I highly recommend you click that, and you can see what was already there. But all 18 weeks, the entire semester is already planned out. At any time, you could click on anything. Say we could go to Unit 4, and you can see that Unit 4 is going to begin during this week, the 7th week. And you can see here, there's the notes on that we will use. Here's all activities and problem sets that we working with in class. Here's optional assignments. If there are any available, optional assignments will always be there. Any assessments for that week will be listed here. So for this week, right now, as of now, there's no formal assessments that are due. I'm going to back up just 1 week. You can see when I scrolled up, it automatically moved us to the previous week. And you can see this previous week here. Here's going to be some things, some notes and stuff that we'll have. And here are some problem sets. There's even a practice test. And there's no optional assignments, but you can see here we're having a test that week. And it'll correspond as well in the course calendar. All that will be there. Okay, and then this is a living document, so it'll be updated to make adjustments as I see that we need them. So you need to bookmark this. I recommend on your smartphone that you basically go to the home page, and you basically on your phone, iPhone, an Android device, it doesn't matter. They both have ways of saving a website, a page, and it basically turns it into like an app on your phone. And once you click on that, it automatically brings you to that. I recommend that you do that for the home page here, and then from there you have access to the entire website, and it functions beautifully on a smartphone. So there's a huge benefit to that. So you're going to want to get familiar with this. So the beginning of the document, I talk about some housekeeping things about notes, problem sets. So wherever it says PS, that's the problem set. Some practice problems. Here, there's that above and beyond I was telling you about. It links to it. Here's a rubric for when we're in labs, how you'll get graded for some of your lab work. Here's a link to your core syllabus. Of course, here's a breakdown of the units and stuff that we're going to be talking about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. First day, the things we're going to do, welcome video, which if you're watching this is part of the welcome video, but you may have received a link to this outside of that, and so here's another way to get to it. Here's a link to subscribe to my channel. So I have a YouTube channel, if you're not familiar with that already, and this YouTube channel has a ton of information on it. I have a huge number of videos. So if we click on this real quick, let's go to this. It'll bring you here to my YouTube channel, and so you can see, for instance, if we go to playlists, I have a playlist that are broken down into the topics in which we're studying. So, like for instance, when we get right here to compounds and bonding, so I have these 4 right here, and there are more on the way. And so in the planning guide, so you remember how we saw how there's links to things that are videos right here? Well, these links go to videos that I have already made that are on my channel. And so you can, either through my channel or through these links, you can get to all the videos that we're going to be doing. And these videos basically I've organized them, I have produced them in a way that it's as if you and I are sitting in a room together and I'm teaching directly to you. So I'm in the video, I will be talking to you, you will see me in a lot of the video, and oftentimes there's animations that fly across the screen depending on the lesson. And so I have it broken down in such a way that I think it's pretty useful for you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Some have more than others, but wherever you're at, there is, no matter where we are in the unit, there is always going to be a video, and I'm going to go ahead and pause this, but yeah, there's always going to be a video that shows you what we're doing, and it's going to be tailored in the video to exactly what I would have taught you in class. And so it's very, very powerful. It's a very, very powerful thing. On many of these, I'm just clicking through randomly on some stuff. There's a bunch on physics. There's a bunch on chemistry as well. And there will be in the future, just so you know, there will be a bunch of things on biology. I have a bunch of videos from the past that I used to have on here that I took off, and then I'm just updating a bunch of them, and then I will be putting those on there. So there'll be an entire course on biology as well, and then part of my forensic science that I'm writing, there will be an entire library of videos for forensic science as well. And so no matter what we're doing, you can come here and you can see a video on stuff that we've been doing. And you can see here that I also, in a lot of these videos, I have these chapters. So I break it down where instead of having to watch the entire video, once you've already had the lesson, if you're trying to study for something and you remember, hey, I forget how to do percent mass, well, you can come over to one of these videos and you can see right here, hey, I can click on this chapter right here, and it's going to jump to that part of the video, and I'm good to go. Theoretical yield. Hey, how do I find a theoretical yield? Here's something that has an example of that, percent error, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a bunch of, I have a bunch of different resources built into this to make it easy for you, that no matter whether you're in class, you're my student, or whatever the case might be, you can walk out of this pretty knowledgeable about what I'm teaching, what we're learning. And you'll see different backgrounds because, throughout making these things, I've played with different software and how to organize it and stuff like that. And so all of them look a little bit different, but they essentially all have the information that you need to be successful. All right. So, and again, show more. You see how I break things down into chapters. A lot of times I'll have different examples of things. So all those different chapters are there for you. And then it'll link back to other stuff that's in my channel as well. So no matter what the deal is, you always have me. You always have me there to help you and to help you focus on what you're doing and to learn the material. Right here it says problem sets. All these are practice problems. So if you were to, any of these that you open up, it doesn't matter. I don't care where you're at. Anywhere where there's a practice problem, anywhere at all where there are practice problems or lab scenarios, whatever the case might be, then I have an answer key for it. And those answer keys, the way you get the answer keys is you go here to where it says resources, okay? And then right here, there's the answer key. You click on this folder right here, and it'll give you the answer keys for every problem set in that unit. So right now in that one, I just have those two because it's a pretty short unit. It only lasts for like 5 days, right? Come down here, you can see there's a bunch of problem sets, lab scenarios I've set up. The answer keys are there. And so I provide answer keys for you because I want you to be able to get immediate feedback. So we do practice problems and stuff together in class. We're doing lab work, but these problem sets are for you to work on your own time and sometimes in class as well. And the answer keys are there so that you can get immediate feedback if you are not with me, and you and I can have that one-on-one in class. Right? I think that's pretty valuable. Course documents right here. If you open it up, here's where your syllabus would be. Course resources. There's your equation sheet that has, for instance, it just has a bunch of useful information that we'll be using in chemistry class. Here's your periodic table that we'll be using. Vesper geometry, that'll make sense. I promise you when we talk about it, this will make 100% sense. But this is a really useful document. This is not as difficult as it looks. Once you get an idea of how to use this, it's magic. And of course, we'll be using some geometry in class, and here's a reference sheet to help you with that. I think is very useful. And then here's Pauling scale, so electronegativity scale, and again that'll make a lot of sense when we get to that in the lesson. All right. And then if you are if you are enrolled in the school district in which I'm working, and you are a virtual student, online only, you're not in class, then you're responsible for doing digital citizenship. This unit right here, watch some videos, take a quiz, sign some documents to say, hey, stuff about academic integrity and stuff like that. And then, of course, testing procedures. If you're a virtual student, this is where you would go for that. Okay. So, yeah, and then, of course, plans and learning targets. That gets you directly to exactly what I've been showing you with that document that has all that. It's just linked into. These are all shared folders. And then, of course, here's some past exam schedules. I'll probably delete those when I don't need them anymore. But or I delete all the old ones as I don't need them anymore. These are the most recent ones as of the making of this video. And with each of these units, if I click on this, you'll see how it says lab notes, problem sets. That was just that particular unit. I'm going down to this one. Lab notes, practice problems. Right. That's where everything is located. All the documents I have linked. It just goes into this shared folder right here. Okay. And that's really it. I'm gonna go back to the home page. Just a quick shout out. This cartoon right here, this was made by a student that was in class recently, and this was a gift. She did a fantastic job. I just thought this was one of the sweetest things that has ever been given to me and done for me. She made this doing some digital art. I think she did a fantastic job. It was really kind of funny, and so I just felt like it was important to put that up here. She made it specifically for my channel and for my page. So shout out, good job. You did, Serena. You did wonderful work. And then just down here, and highly appreciated. And down here is just past students from year that they've already graduated with some stuff that we've done. And so I'll just add to this every once in a while, some different things that have happened in class. This was an environmental class where we were looking at pond water and looking at stuff. And then some past awards that I won online at my previous school. So anyway, that is it. This is the website is the classroom. Everything you need is here. Again, I highly recommend save it onto your phone. Use it as an app. This website is like an app. Much better than Classroom, I promise you. All right. Have fun. I will see you in class and or through email or through some sort of online video tutoring. Either way, I am glad to have you here. Take care and we'll talk soon. Bye.
And that's really it. So you will see that more than likely in almost every one of my videos, even whatever the case might be, I'm going to have a cup of coffee in my hand. Coffee for me it's like food. I drink it all the time. I basically drink coffee and water for the most part. So anyway, and we'll be looking at the chemistry of coffee. Actually, depending on which class you take, we'll be looking at the chemistry of coffee. It's really interesting. So now that you're familiar with the website, look through it. Get familiar with how to use it. Save the homepage to your phone. And once you do that, it doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android device. You can save web pages as if they are actual apps. And it'll function like an app on your phone, on a tablet, like an iPad or something like that. Or just bookmark it within your browser, whichever you use. I highly recommend that you save it as an icon on your phone, and that way you can get to all of your stuff. Depending on when you're watching this video,
You may be a student within the school district that I'm working in which case you would have access to the information that I have using your student credentials. If you are not a student of mine and you are watching this or working on or using my videos, then that means you've gotten access through some other means, through my channel and the resources that I have available for people in that way. And then I would be communicating with you individually on how you do that, and you would have access to resources that are beyond what my students have, that are more personalized and things of that nature, and I'm always happy to provide. So I am glad you are here. In science class we make a whole lot of mistakes. I love Bob Ross. I used to like to draw a lot, and I've done some painting, but I used to draw a lot, and I got away from it. Then I found that I really kind of went back to things that kind of help me stay focused. And there's something about Bob Ross and the way he kind of does what he does that sort of resonates with me. But he always talked about there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. You get back, only happy accidents. In science, we're going to make a lot of mistakes. The accidents, we try to minimize those with lab safety. So it's different than just like splattering paint everywhere or drawing the wrong line where you can start over again. So we make mistakes, but we learn from those mistakes. And that's really what science is. Science is about asking some good questions, getting out there, trying to see what we can do to answer those questions, getting some information and making sense of it. And so we have to use a little bit of everything. We use some math, we use our language skills, just good common sense and reasoning, and just, of course, making really good observations. So with that said, we're done. Let's do this. Move on. Do what you need to do. Get that stuff going. Study. Reach out to me for anything you need. I'm so glad you're here. Parents, students, whoever you might be, I'm always available through my channel, through email if you're a student. Then I get in class, I tell you how to best contact me so I can give you as immediate feedback as possible. I'm looking forward to this semester. Each and every semester is going to be great. So have fun and welcome to my class. It's good talking with you. It's going to be great learning with you. Cheers. Bye.